The cops heading into this motel are with the Wayne County Alcohol Enforcement Team. The guy they're looking for is wanted for drunk driving.
We got a warrant for yours. Come on. Can't put the clothes on. Come on out. Come out. Put some clothes on.
His name is Eugene Garrett, and let me tell you, he's one bad actor.
Your pants and stuff in the house you want to put on? Yeah.
The problem solvers called the cops and told them where they could find Garrett.
Put them together like you're praying.
What is this about? They have a warrant out of Oak Park.
The drunk driving warrant is just the beginning. The Michigan State Bar is also looking for this guy. He's in violation of a court order for pretending to be an attorney.
We're going to let him get his pants on.
Why did the problem solvers call the cops in? Because we busted this guy before, and he needs to be locked up.
Follow me, sir.
You out there playing attorney again, Gene? Found some more victims since the last time I busted you.
Every day Eugene Garrett is on the street, there's a chance somebody else will get burned. This is one of Garrett's latest victims.
How much did he get you for?
For me personally, around probably a little bit over 20 grand.
He's hiding his face because he's embarrassed. He took Garrett's bait, hook, line, and sinker. Here's what happened. This guy and 3 of his friends got swindled on a real estate deal. That's when Eugene Garrett came into the picture. They turned to him for help, thinking he was a real lawyer. Instead, they say, he booked with their money, over 60 grand.
We got scammed twice, basically.
You know, you're taking advantage of people when they're already down. Don't you have any conscience at all about that?
He's as cold as they come and as smooth as they get. Trust me, he deserves to be in handcuffs. Let me take you back to the first time I busted Eugene Garrett, and you'll see why. It all started last May with an email from this Fox 2 viewer. She steered Garrett to a couple of friends with legal problems. They both got burned.
He addressed himself as attorney Gene Garrett.
Pretty convincing.
Pretty convincing is an understatement. Yeah, you would have hired him.
In fact, we did. Sort of. I had one of my undercover guys call Garrett and ask about doing some legal work. They set up a meeting. Speaking of hook, line, and sinker, this guy swallowed the hook. Check him out playing Perry Mason on our undercover camera.
If you come and say it's going to cost you $5,
It may not cost you, no.
then I got to walk away.
No. First of all, a situation like this does not even go to court.
I discovered this phony had been caught playing lawyer before. The state bar had a permanent injunction ordering him to knock it off, but he kept right on doing it. So I set up a sting at this mall parking lot. The pretender thought he was there to reel in another sucker. Surprise, surprise.
Hi, Mr. Garrett. You know who I am? You watch The Problem Solvers?
Suddenly, Mr. Hotshot Attorney was like a deer in the headlights.
Do you remember a lady named Michelle Townsend? Nope. You took $500 from her and never showed up in court.
I put Garrett on TV and exposed him for the creep that he is. That's when my phone started ringing. I got calls from 22 more victims. One of them was this elderly widow with cancer.
I said, Don, that's him, that's the man, that's the lawyer. I said, no, that's not my lawyer. I said, that's Eugene T. Garrett.
I told you this guy was cold and he needed to be stopped. I steered those 22 new complaints to the state bar. They were ready to haul Garrett back into court. If they could get him before a judge again with the 22 new victims, he could be held in contempt, maybe go to jail. Garrett was living at this house in Belleville when I busted him last May. By the time the state bar got there to serve him with papers, he was long gone. Then a few weeks ago, I got a call from this guy, Mike Jones, an ex-cop from Flint. The guys who got stung for 60 grand are his friends. Jones told me he'd tracked Garrett to this motel in Canton. I knew Garrett had a warrant out, so I called the cops.
Now get locked up. Where's my lawyer? They won't let me.
And why wasn't he arrested a long time ago? How could a guy cheat so many people and still be walking the street? He knows how to work the system.
Where's my lawyer? They won't let me.
He knows most of his victims will be too embarrassed to go to the cops. Those who do often get the brush off because the police have bigger fish to fry.
I think the saddest thing is this is the kind of case that falls through the cracks and really has a serious impact on people.
You know, I just got married early this year and just had a baby, and it's like, well, I'm going to either get something for my daughter or I have to pay my attorney. You know, it just breaks your heart.
I'm locked up.